Hi, welcome to Finding My Way with Pi, Purpose, Intention, and Emotion. I am Pi, and during today's video diary, I'm going to talk about what it feels like to give yourself permission. So maybe, also we'll add acceptance in there a little bit as well, just acceptance of yourself. So, what I mean is if you've been following along on the video diaries, I realized that deep down, suppressed a bit for me, had not brought it to my consciousness, but through curiously examining my emotions and talking about it, realized that I felt like a bad person for feeling the way that I do about my job. And once I discovered that and uncovered that, I'm noticing a little bit of an unlocking or opening. Actually feel it physically in my body, and I feel it in my heart. And it feels lighter. And I feel like by acknowledging that I was suppressing that, and boy, did that keep me stuck. If I felt like a bad person for feeling the way that I felt, then I could never truly acknowledge what I was feeling, and then I would stay stuck, and then I just downward spiral, and everything would feel terrible. Now, that being said, I've accepted how I feel. I recognize I'm not a bad person for feeling that way, that anybody could get into this situation throughout their career, and that in fact there's so many people probably my age that have discovered this in their lives and maybe struggling through the same thing. Get 20 plus years into your career and realize, wow, maybe this isn't the thing that I love doing, and yearning for something different and wanting to change, or sometimes maybe even needing to change. But let's just say it's the same scenario, that you want to change so that it's something that aligns better with who you are. Maybe you feel a little guilt or shame or like a bad person for, does that mean you don't appreciate how far you've come or what you've got in your life or whatever? And that transition, whatever that crossroads needs to be, becomes so much harder if you think you're a bad person for that. You're not. Understandable why you might feel that way, but also that's not a truth. It's a label coming from expectation, may or may not be your own, but regardless, it's not a truth. It's a fear and it's a label, and it is not something that needs to be held on to or locked into. So acknowledging it and accepting it for myself, giving myself permission to feel it, starting to feel this unlocking and opening, already I see a couple of options. I don't even know how feasible they are. I don't know, but I'm excited to explore them. And it was like, it opened the floodgates, started writing down, oh, I need to do certain things so that I have information about my situation that would give me the freedom to know what are options for me right now. So things like, what are our true expenses? What are our wiggle room as far as income goes and earning income? What would we be willing to do, like, as far as moving or staying where we are, where we're rooted, those types of things. What are my options? And also, like, outside of the box, right? It doesn't have to be just let me go, find another job. What if there's an opportunity for owning a business that feels more aligned with my strengths and something where I have a lot of autonomy? What if there are other opportunities there? Like, all I'm saying is that unlocking and opening, I don't personally feel like could have been possible had I not acknowledged, accepted, gave myself permission to feel what I was feeling. And then I could let it go. Then I could let it flow. But as long as I was suppressing it, I was holding it. And I was staying stuck. So, look, I don't know what the future brings. But I know that I'm listening to my calling right now. I'm listening to myself. I am finding it fascinating that my emotions are informing so much of what I'm learning, and that it's within my body to guide me true. My body has a physical reaction to the emotions that I'm feeling, and I know when something feels right and I know when something doesn't. And I just wish I had learned to listen to that when it came to work and how you earn a living. I wish I'd learned that early on, but I didn't know that. I guess I didn't ever fully believe that that was an option. And I don't know what it will look like even now, but I know now, as well as I know myself and the confidence that I have in myself, and that I've lived through the last 20 something years, proving not only to the world, but to myself what I am capable of and what I'm made of. I trust myself and believe in myself now. So it wasn't wasted, and it's never too late, and the uncertainty is okay, and it's a process, and I have to be so honest with myself through this process. There's a lot of fears through it, and I guess the trick is deciphering the fear and where it's coming from, and making sure that I'm not letting that guide. So that's what I'm thinking about today: acceptance and permission for yourself, for myself. And there's some relief in feeling this unlocking and this opening. Who the heck knows what this ride is going to be like each day in the future, but for this moment, I will accept gladly this feeling after some heavy days. Going through this emotional cycle is part of it. I've learned so much in the last few days about myself and about my next steps. So it's very neat. Thank you for being with me on this journey. I hope it helps you too. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.